Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening, man? What's going on? I had to chime in with y'all before I go get this little quick run in. You know what I'm saying? Little quick 2-mile run in, you know what I'm talking about? You feel me? So I had to chime back in with y'all real quick to talk about JERMELL CHARLO versus JEISON ROSARIO. As we all know, the big fight, unification, damn near undisputed, 1 step closer to 3 steps closer to undisputed, because it's gonna be 1 belt left in the 154-pound division. That fight going down this Saturday, September 26th, on an amazing doubleheader on Showtime pay-per-view with 6 fights, but it's 5 total title fights on this card, man. And I'm bringing y'all my final official prediction, man. The shit going down. I'm finna give y'all the real deal, the real scoop. You know what I'm saying? All the real shit, you know what I'm saying? The final prediction. And I'm gonna break this down one last time, you feel me? So, JERMELL CHARLO coming off his last fight, rematch versus Tony Harrison. Lost the first fight in a close, I think they gave Tony Harrison a unanimous decision, but it was a very close fight. A lot of people felt like Charlo won. Charlo himself felt like he won, of course. Tony Harrison was confident that he won the fight, So they like, man, shit, fuck it, let's do it again. It was another very, very competitive fight. Tony Harrison was boxing well. Felt like JERMELL CHARLO was doing a lot of good things in between those rounds also. He ended up getting a stoppage in the 11th round in another competitive fight. The second fight might have been better than the first fight. I wouldn't mind seeing the third one. So he coming off a great win, got his title back. Now he's starting his second reign as a WBC champion. He wants to be the best. He's been looking to fight the best. JERMELL CHARLO ain't never turned down no fades. And he wants to be undisputed. You got JEISON ROSARIO. JEISON ROSARIO coming off the biggest win of his career. Knocked out Julian J. Rock Williams after coming in the fight as a huge underdog. Nobody expected JEISON ROSARIO to go in there and perform like he did. It was supposed to be just another day at the office for Julian Williams. He was supposed to beat JEISON ROSARIO and then go on to unify with JERMELL CHARLO. That's what everybody was talking about. Everybody was like, man, Julian J. Rock had just came off of a big upset as an underdog versus Jarrett Hurd in a fight of the year type of fight. That's still one of my favorite fights in the last few years. Julian J. Rock Williams versus Jarrett Hurd, man. That was a great fight. And he beat Jarrett Hurd in his hometown in the DMV. And then Julian J. Rock Williams go have a hometown fight versus JEISON ROSARIO, and he get beat in Philadelphia. Nobody expected JEISON ROSARIO to go in there and beat Julian Williams, and he did, man. And he did it in dominant fashion. He did it in phenomenal fashion with great counterpunching, steadfast, coming forward, strong punches, very powerful. Set up every counterpunch with great leverage and vicious ferocity on his shots. Every punch was thrown with bad intentions, and he was patient. He allowed Julian J. Rock Williams to be the aggressor and get out first. And every time J. Rock missed, JEISON ROSARIO was right there, ready to counter. He would even throw while Julian J. Rock Williams would throw sometimes and beat him to the punch. So they had a phenomenal game plan, him and his team, and he went in there and he executed perfectly, precisely. And he went in there, got the job done, and became a unified champion and lined himself up perfectly to fight the guy that everybody views as the man in the division, the #1 fighter, JERMELL Iron Man Lines Only CHARLO. You dig what I'm saying? So this fight has all the implications of a pound for pound type of fight, especially for JERMELL CHARLO, because of the work that he done put in, if he can be victorious in this fight. If Jeison Rosario can win, this puts him on another level. This right here, if Jeison Rosario can win this fight, this right here opens up the future for him, because Jeison Rosario is only 25 years old and he has everything in front of him. And if he can get a victory, this puts him on another level, and it's only going to be bigger fights to come for him. And I think Jeison Rosario might end up fighting at 168 one day. Shit, possibly even 175. But I definitely think he can fight at middleweight and fight at super middleweight. So I think this would be huge for him at 25 years old to get a win this big so early in his career. One fight away from undisputed. Huge implications in this fight. Huge implications. I think stylistically, this fight is made to be a war. Stylistically, you got Jeison Rosario, who is a natural counterpuncher, but he comes forward. He loves to, he doesn't fight on the back foot. He is a come forward counterpuncher. He come forward, sometimes he work behind the jab, but most of the time he come forward and use his distance and range and just wait on you. He puts pressure on you and make you throw shots. He puts so much pressure on you to where you feel like, damn, I gotta throw something to get him up off of me. And if he make you miss, he's countering. So that's a tough style to beat. You got a guy that's coming forward at you, but he's not first all the time. He's letting you be first so he can counter you. It's like a non-stop trap that he's setting for you and trying to get your ass to throw something and get you out of position so he can fuck you up. And his size, his length, his power, his fortitude, he seems to be just a big, strong kid. He has been stopped before. He got stopped in his only loss versus Nathaniel Gallimore. And so some people think that, maybe he's chinny. Maybe it was a fluke that he beat Julian Williams. I don't necessarily think it was a fluke. I think he prepared for that fight and he went in there and he just, he put it all together. But his chin will definitely be tested in this fight, because you got JERMELL CHARLO on the other hand, who he can do a little bit. He's a complete fighter. JERMELL CHARLO is a complete fighter. You really can't just narrow his style down, because before he got with Derrick James, when he was with Ronnie Shields, he was more so the boxer out of the Charlo twins. He was more so the guy, even though JERMELL CHARLO always been a technician, always had a strong jab. Both of them got great left hooks, but JERMELL always been a technician, always had a strong jab, always been a very solid boxer. JERMELL CHARLO had, to me, in my opinion, he had the better footwork. He was more of a mover. He was more fluid in his movements. A great jab. I feel like he can set his stuff up properly with the jab and with distance control and different things like that. So he can do a little bit of everything. His defense is pretty good as well. He's not a defense first fighter, so don't expect to see JERMELL CHARLO out there, moving around like Floyd Mayweather trying to make you miss out. Now he's trying to knock your head off, but he got good defense as well. So JERMELL CHARLO, he can really do everything in the ring. He's a complete fighter. If you want to bang with him, he gonna bang with you. And what makes him dangerous is he can do the things that you don't want to do in the ring. So if you want to bang, he might box you. But he might actually, if he feel like he could just overpower you, he gonna go in there and bang with you and get you up out of there. But if you want to box, he gonna come forward and he gonna fight you. So he really make it uncomfortable for you in the ring. And that's what I think will most likely give him the edge over Jeison Rosario. I just think he can do more things. I think he has more tools. So like I said, going back with Ronnie Shields, he was more of a boxer, more of a mover, more patient. Now with Derrick James, he's tapped into his aggression a little bit more. He's turning over his punches a lot more. He's got more knockouts, more vicious knockouts at that. And he just been a very devastating puncher and a very aggressive fighter, but it's calculated aggression. In the first Tony Harrison fight, I thought he was a little too aggressive. I thought he was a little overzealous, and I don't know if it was just something Tony Harrison said in the buildup of the fight that made him just want to take this man's head out. But it's like he wasn't really thinking too much in that first fight. He was just coming forward. But I think in this fight he's gonna be a lot more patient. I think he's gonna be aggressive, but he's gonna be a lot more patient and a lot more calculated with his shots. And I think JERMELL CHARLO is gonna knock JEISON Rosario out in the 9th round. Y'all know I love the 9th round for some reason. I love the 9th round. It always get real. By the 9th round, shit done got real no matter what. By the 9th round, if it ain't got real yet, shit done got real by the 9th round. You know what I'm saying? I think this fight is gonna be, it's gonna be a war, man. I think in some spots you're gonna see JEISON Rosario have success with the counter punching, because I think JERMELL CHARLO will be aggressive in this fight. And both of these guys will come forward for the most part. Both of them will come forward. And this fight will be met in the middle of the ring with power, with combinations, with counter punching, with aggression. The stronger fighter will win. I believe that JERMELL CHARLO is stronger physically. I think he's stronger mentally. I think he got the better coach. I think JERMELL CHARLO got the better chin. I think he has just more tools. I think he has a more vast punch variation. I think he has more punching power. I just think JERMELL CHARLO is overall the better fighter, and that will show. He has more experience on this level of fighting as well, so, and that'll also show. So I'm picking JERMELL CHARLO to get the knockout by the 9th round. It could be before. I'm thinking anywhere between the 7th and the 9th, but I'm picking the 9th because I think early on in the fight it's gonna take. I think JEISON Rosario will be looking to get JERMELL CHARLO out of there. I don't think he can outbox Charlo. I think he'll be looking to knock out JERMELL CHARLO, and he's only gonna have a small window to do that because he's not very experienced in going to the championship rounds and against a caliber fighter like JERMELL CHARLO. I think he's gonna have a very small window to knock out JERMELL CHARLO, which for me, that's probably going to be between rounds 1 and 4. And after round 4, I think it's going to be all JERMELL CHARLO. And then by that time, it's only going to take just a matter of time before JERMELL chop him up, wear him down, tenderize him like a brisket. You know what I'm saying? Tenderize him like, you know what I'm saying, like a steak, like a big ass steak before you put it on the grill. Just tenderize him, you know what I mean? Break him down and soften him up. And then by the 8th or the 9th round, I think Rosario gonna be ready to go, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. I got JERMELL CHARLO by KO, TKO, stoppage. The corner threw in the towel. The ref had to pull JERMELL CHARLO up off that boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, get up off of him. That's enough, son. That's enough. Y'all remember Menace to Society when Kane was beating up on old boy ass? You know what I'm saying? What's that, Chauncey? When Kane was beating up on Chauncey, bop, bop, bop. And they had to pull Kane up at. That's how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Just like they had to pull Kane off of Chauncey, they gonna have to pull JERMELL CHARLO off of JEISON Rosario, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Who y'all got and why. Look forward to the Derevyanchenko and JERMELL CHARLO prediction. That's coming a little later on this week. Contender regime boxing. I holla at y'all boys, man.